I know y'all like it's Tuesday afternoon. What green eye sparkle baby doing on? Well, honey child, after I just wrapped up my show, I did my streaming, my technology Tuesday. It's called Tech Tuesday over on my TikTok channel. I said, well, shoot, I'm already all amped up and I got a lot to say. And you guys know typically on my normal startup on my wonderful show, Green Eye Sparkle Baby, the show, which, episode 79 coming up real soon on Thursday. I've got this segment that I kind of put on hold, throughout the summer because it's summertime, right? But listen, honey, we at the end of July. And some of y'all got to get ready to go back to school. And so I decided, let me turn this camera on, honey, because a lot of you guys, we don't really think about all the moving parts when it gets time to prepare for back to school. So I said, let me come over and let everybody know there are ways to, hey, friends, hey, I see y'all coming in. Yeah, you say, yo, it's football time. Yeah, listen, I'm going to talk about my football, but friend, I'm not going to talk about my football right now. I'm doing a learning corner. Is that all right with y'all? Click, click. I just want to come over here because a lot of times you don't know what you don't know. And when it's time to get started, you say, "Oh, okay," because y'all know I usually talk about my football, but I'm gonna do a segment today. It's Tuesday tips, as I want to help families get a jump start back on track, friend, to get ready for the school year. Now, when it's back to school, we got a lot of moving parts. First of all, how many of y'all already got them little school supply letters from the school? Y'all put me in the chat. A lot of y'all got school supply lists. Y'all say, wait a minute, am I trying to buy the whole store? What the heck? Y'all looking at that school supply list and y'all saying, nah, I'm not buying everything. Y'all looking at it saying, any, meeny, miny, mo, catch a school supply by its toe. Now, if it hollers, let it go. Any, meeny, miny, mo. Child, I know y'all looking at that school supply list like OMG. But I will say this. School supply list really is to help you get prepared and get your mindset ready on certain essentials that your child will need for back to school. My tip is going to be from like early childhood all the way to high school, because there's a lot for everybody to know about when we getting back to school, because sometimes when we on summer mode we forget about a lot of things. So we gonna get this thing on and popping, because I want to make sure everybody knows how to get your mindset ready and let's get prepared for going back to school. Now we are at the end of July. It's time to get everybody back into a sleeping schedule. Everybody's been able to hang out all night. The high schoolers hanging out to 1 and 2 in the morning, I guess. I mean, it depends on the parameters that you've set in your household. That's not none of my business. But my business is, if you don't have a scheduled set time for everybody to go to bed, y'all start now. Don't be letting them stay up, friends, to 2 o'clock in the morning, knowing that they school day, that bell rings at 7 a.m. If y'all know they late, y'all put late in the chat, because you can't stay up at that time of hour and got to get up in the morning and be ready for school at 7 a.m., friends. You got to know. You said, oh, you changed it to school time. You know what, friend? That's what I'm talking about. I thank you. I got the best crew in the world. I appreciate my sparklers. I got a friend that changed his handle just for this segment right here. Instead of calling it, yo, it's football time, he said he calling it, yo, it's school time. Thank you, friend. I appreciate that. And if y'all liking this live, y'all put that thumbs up. Because right now, what I can use and benefit from, y'all hit that like button and let's get these Tuesday tips with some likes on it so people can know what we all about here on this terrific Tuesday. Okay? Now, let me go back to that bedtime set. Some people think it's no big deal. It is really a big deal. So school age kids really need to have a set scheduled bedtime. They should not be going to bed all times of the night and then y'all expect for them to go up in the morning and be ready for success. That's just not going to work, friends. So let's start now with a scheduled bedtime. Now, if you know you got the darlings that are 3 and 4 year olds that got to go into that preschool, get them to bed early. Y'all know what time, 8 o'clock, 8:30. That's appropriate. Y'all got the regular elementary and middle, bedtime by 8:30. But some of y'all be having them kids at the football practice till 10 and 11 o'clock at night. All I'm saying is y'all do you, friends, but let's make sure you got to come up with a system that allows your darlings to have an ample amount of sleep. You talk about adults need sleep. Adults, we need 8 hours of sleep. Some of y'all only get 4 hours of sleep, and then y'all go to work tired. Well, just imagine a kid that's up all night and they didn't get their rest, friends. Y'all want to make sure that you are giving the kids ample time. See, we don't think about these things because as adults, you don't halfway get your sleep. And then y'all expecting the kids to have 2 hours of sleep and jump up and be happy and jovial. Y'all know what's going to happen, friends. Okay, I know that's right. It's school time. Y'all know what happened. Soon as they get to the classroom, they acting out, they cutting up, and y'all getting them calls. Y'all know why y'all getting them calls? Because they tired. Y'all don't have them out all night, and then they start acting out because guess what the teacher expecting? The teacher expecting them to know them ABCs and 1, 2, 3s, but they so tired, they can't even focus. And when the teacher asks them a question, they getting cranky. They like, leave me alone. Leave that deal. And then they calling you and you mad. I better not get not one more phone call from that school. You better get yourself together. What's wrong with you? Now you know what's wrong with them, friend. You didn't let them go to bed early. They didn't get an ample amount of rest. Now the teacher expecting them to learn and they halfway sleep. So tip number 1, today, y'all make sure y'all start getting the kids on a scheduled sleeping time now. Don't wait for the night before the first day of school. No, condition them now so that their bodies have been set and ready to get ready for the first day of school. And what you say, friend? You said your things. And hey, I see I on it. Hey, friend, or IK. Welcome in. How you doing? Y'all know it's your girl, Green Eyes Sprocket, Simply Carissa. It's Simply Carissa today as we are talking about tips for you on Tuesday. Okay, we're trying to get ourselves ready for back to school, friends. It's so important that the kids know the expectation, and they're not going to know the expectation unless you set it. Now, some people say learning starts when they hit the school doors. No, ma'am, no, sir. Learning starts at home. Now, everybody like trying to blame everything on the school, that school, that school. Well, friends, listen. You are teaching and conditioning them because you're with them all day. They're not sleeping at the schoolhouse. They at home with you. So tip number 1, get them scheduled with a great bedtime so that they are ready for learning. All right? That's tip number 1. Now, my next tip number 2. If you got kids that are just getting ready to learn about the school environment, they don't know anything about school, and they are expected to show up on the first day, y'all got them all dressed nicely. Y'all got them in the nicest, some of y'all got private school, so they in the uniform. All right, cool. Some of y'all got the latest trending dunks, the Air Jordans, child, the Air Force Ones. Y'all got the Puma. Y'all got the Reebok. Y'all got them in all this fancy stuff, and they don't even know their phone number. Oh, did I speak on that? Hello? Did I just speak? Honey, child, y'all listen. Tip number 2. Make sure that your son or daughter, nieces, nephews, granddaughter, they need to know a phone number. They need to know a number of contact. So, friends, I just want to share with you. Make sure that we got a phone number so the kids, because we got cell phones, right? Everybody got a cell phone. We don't even know phone numbers ourselves, right? We pull out a cell phone. Well, guess what? A 3-year-old is not toting a cell phone. A 3-year-old, a kindergartner doesn't have a cell phone either. So it's so important that they know a phone number to call in the event you said your things are glitching. So, friend, listen. Make sure, tip number 2, that a school-age child has a phone number. Now, I got one better for you. If you say they can't memorize, you say, well, You say, well, shucks, I haven't memorized the phone number since 1906. How my child gonna memorize the phone number? Well, friends, okay. If y'all listen, if you can't memorize it, and you say they gonna be on the struggle bus to memorize it too, let me share something with you. Tip number 2: write a phone number down that is an emergency contact, and make sure it's in the backpack when those children walk in that door on the first day of school. Because if there's an emergency and there's a lot of moving parts, how are they going to get in touch with you? Sometimes we take it for granted. And y'all know, some of y'all friends, now y'all know y'all have about 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 different phone numbers. Now we got to get this thing settled, because like I just said, I'm talking about, this is for the babies from 3 years. I'm talking about early childhood all the way to high school. Now y'all, everybody happy. They got on their brand new clothes. They looking real cute and classy based. But if there's an event of an emergency, my number 2 second Tuesday tip is write a phone number down and put it in so that they can, so that first of all, you can let the teacher know. Now, I hope that y'all walking in with the babies. Y'all walking in with the 3 and 4 year olds. Y'all put, yep, I'm walking in with my, y'all put that in the chat. If y'all walking in, don't let the babies go by themselves. I know y'all not letting the 3 and 4 years go by themselves. So as y'all walk the 3 and 4 years into the room, if y'all could do that teacher a favor, have it on the index card. Put your name, your child's name, and give it to that teacher. There's a lot of moving parts on the first day of school, friends. And y'all assume that everybody know everything, and they don't. So, friends, friends, y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, because see, my like button, I thought it went up, and then I don't know what happened. Some of y'all don't hit the like button, and I don't know what happened to it. But y'all, friends, if y'all liking my Tuesday tips, y'all make sure y'all hit the thumbs up and hit that like button, friends. So, okay, tip number 2. What I said tip number 2 is. Tip number 2 is what, y'all? The phone number, okay? So we're going to write down phone number, okay? They got to know the phone number, friends. Y'all, listen. Y'all write down y'all phone number, and y'all put it on an index. And as a matter of fact, y'all go get y'all some index cards. Right now, you know, it's back to school sales. Y'all can get a pack of index cards for like 99 cents. Y'all can get a pack of index cards for $1. Y'all make sure y'all get y'all index cards. Okay, friend? Can y'all do that for me, friends? So make sure they have a phone number. Okay, please and thank you. Now, my first tip was set that bed schedule. So we gonna put that down too. Yeah, this real time. I'm writing it right now for y'all. Tip number 1, bedtime schedule. They gotta have a bedtime schedule, friends. Don't let them stay up now till 2 o'clock in the morning. Just because they're in high school doesn't mean now that they don't need a good night's rest. All right, so this was the first tip. Y'all, they need a bedtime schedule. Tip number 2, a phone number. You know, we got babies coming into the schools for the very first time, and they don't know y'all phone number. And if you ask the child where they live, they don't know that either. So things that we take for granted, I just want to bring to the forefront today on my Tuesday tips, y'all. And thank y'all for tuning in. And if y'all enjoying this, y'all make sure y'all hit the like button so Green Eyes know that y'all liking the Tuesday tips. Because friends, believe it or not, school is literally right around the corner. What you gonna do to prepare? You gotta have a plan. Now, I get it. Right now, they got a lot of good sales, and we spend a lot of time outside in the stores trying to buy shoes. Okay. Yeah. So, my mom just texted me something, and I'm not sure what she just texted me, but I'm gonna get back to Mom Knows Best. Shout out to Mom Knows Best. She working real hard, and she doing her thing. She getting better. She recuperating. She had to have a pretty intense surgery, but she is doing well. She just text me something. I'm not sure what she just texted me, friends. But anyways, y'all, I digress. Now, so tip number one, bedtime schedule. And tip number two, making sure that you write a phone number down with your name. Because, in event of emergency, sometimes we often forget when school comes back in, they need to be able to reach you. Everything is not for, they want to tell you good news. Everything ain't bad news. Y'all be seeing that school number call and why that school calling me? But during the first week, it's some important things that happen. So y'all answer the phone for the schools. It's very important, and it's so important that y'all know, what's happening at the school site, especially if you got youngsters just starting school. All right, friends. Now, tip number three. Y'all ready for tip number three? I'm gonna write it down. Because this is another thing that we don't tend to do. Kids lose their things during the first week of school, y'all. They got to get back into the transition of knowing that all these things that have been purchased to get them back started for the first week of school is theirs. All this stuff brand new. So they don't know. So they coming in with the backpack, the pencil sharpener. They coming in with jackets. They coming in with all kinds of things, friends. Now, here's the tea. They get this mixed up. They clothes, they shoes, they backpacks, they pencil boxes. They get them mixed up with somebody else, and then they don't know which one is theirs. Because guess what, friends? You forgot to put labels on their items. Rule number three, tip number three. Make sure that you use a black Sharpie or whatever you want to use, however y'all want to label the baby's things, y'all make sure y'all label their items because it is so easy. And then y'all go to fussing. How you managed to lose your jacket? You know how expensive that jacket was. That jacket was a Ralph Lauren. That jacket was a Polo. That jacket was a Nike jacket. How you messed it? How you messed and get it all mixed up? Well, let me tell you something. You might remember what kind of jacket you put on them. But when kids are excited, they take off them jackets. They get to running. They get to playing. Those sweaters get to flying. Them jackets get to flying. And friends, if you didn't label that jacket or sweater, when it come time for them to figure out what's what, the kids, they don't try to do it on purpose. They just sometimes don't remember. So you can do everybody a favor. Label the children's clothing. Label the backpacks, label the pencil boxes, label everything. So my tip number three, my Tuesday tip, friends, because I know y'all like shopping. So y'all add a Sharpie or whatever label maker, whatever y'all want. Y'all add this to y'all shopping as we getting ready to kick off back to school. Label everything. I'm trying to tell you, y'all think the kids know, but they don't know. Child, these children, when they get they get so excited. They are fascinated with the rich learning environment in the classroom. Some of them nervous because they never rode a school bus. Some of them excited. And they looking around the classroom. They see friends. Some of them, they may not see friends. So what I'm trying to tell you guys is this. Y'all make sure that there is a system in place that the kids know their clothing. We take it for granted that they do, but they really don't. They're excited for learning. And by the way, friends, I am Simply Carissa, and these are my Tuesday tips. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button and let me know that y'all rocking with Green Eye Sparkle, aka Simply Carissa, because I'm Green Eye Sparkle on Thursday, and I got episode 79 coming up, so y'all will be in for a treat. But I came on today after I finished I did Tuesday Tech. I was doing technology, as I know we're drumming up, going back to school, and people looking for technology. So I did a segment in my y'all connect with me also on my TikTok shop. It's Green Eye Sparkle Baby 100. I got a showcase over there. Y'all can enjoy going through the showcase and view and enjoy your shopping experience. Now, back to the regularly scheduled program. So, friends, now listen. I want y'all to have everything labeled for the babies. Make sure their clothing, you have labels on it. The backpack, sometimes they take off shoes if they do a circle time. Y'all put a shipping label in the shoes. Put a shipping label inside the shoes with the children's name on it. Because guess what? Just like you bought a pair of dunks, that's what they call them Nikes, them dunks. Just like you bought that cute classic base pair of dunks, that size 7. Guess what? There's another child that wears a size 7 that could possibly have the same identical shoes. So, friends, let's make sure that we prepare ourselves and get the babies ready for returning back to school. So, as you buy the clothing, you know what a great system is. As you buy the clothing, get shipping labels and put the name on it, so you're not trying to do all of this before the night before. Like I said, we at the end of July, friends. School will be started in the next couple of weeks. About what, 2 weeks? School will be started for some of us in 2 weeks. Some people go back after Labor Day. So what I'm saying, friends, is have a plan of action and label the baby's clothing. Kids, they don't look at clothes like we look at clothes. I know that some of y'all, I get it. Y'all don't spend $150 on a pair of shoes. Well, if you don't spend $150 on a pair of shoes, I would have those shoes labeled with my child's name on it. Because just like you bought that $150 pair of shoes, somebody else bought that $150 pair of shoes. Now, if I were you, I would make sure I put the name in it. Even, child, I'm thinking about it. I'm scratching my head because, shoot, even the middle schoolers and high schoolers, they could get their shoes mixed up. Because I'm telling you guys, sometimes you have children with the identical same size shoe. So it is so important that you make sure that you got y'all shoes on lock. Okay, friends? All right, very good. So that's tip number 3. Label everything. Label everything, all right? Now, as we get ready to kickstart my 4th Tuesday tip, because y'all know I'm coming back next Tuesday with some more tips, friends. All right, so that was tip number 3. Now, tip number 4, how will your child leave school? Now, everybody take this one for granted. Everybody excited to get the kids to the schoolhouse, but how they leaving the schoolhouse? How will your child go? I'm writing it as I'm talking, friends. How will your child go home? Tip number 4. How will your child go home? You don't got them to the schoolhouse. Everybody taking pictures. Everybody, they want to show off the brand new for the gram. Child, they got the TikTok dance ready to go. The back to school dance is that rah, turn up, hey. And y'all never told the child how they going home. What? Oh my goodness. So, I mean, this one right here is across all school ages. Every child needs to know, how are they going home? We take it for granted. We forget, and we like, so, dismissal happened. The bell rings. Then all of a sudden it hits. I forgot to tell Billy how they were getting home. Look, the kids are frantic also. Now, what the school does, they try their best to make sure they contact everybody to know how all kids are going home. But the trickery of it is sometimes, once again, it's going back to tip number, where's my other tip? It goes back to tip number 2, the phone number. If they don't have a phone number on file for you, they cannot get in touch with you. So I'm sharing these nuggets. And I say, yeah, I'm going to run this back. My learning corner is going to be on Tuesdays for now, friends, because, when the school year started and the football season started, I usually have my learning corner. But, friends, right now, I think y'all need to know some healthy, wonderful tips. Hey, the better we prepare, the easier it is. The stress is off of you. The stress is off of the school when there are systems in place to make sure that the children are getting where they need to be, safe and sound. And like I said, how a child goes home, it goes all the way across the board. Now, the high schoolers, they connect with a friend and a friend. But it's still important that they know what's expected of them. Are they supposed to come straight home? Can they go with a friend to the friend's house? have systems in place. It will keep everybody safe and sound. Now, let's talk about the elementary. Let me tell y'all about elementary. Sometimes I know that you rely on Big Brother to handle the little siblings. So let's say we got one that's in fourth grade. The fourth grader is responsible for the second grader. He responsible for the kindergartner and might be a preschooler. Now that's a lot, friends. That's a lot. So if we have the oldest one that's in elementary and there are three more elementary siblings, it's important that the oldest one also knows the system and the plan of action. How are they getting home? We take it for granted, but let me tell you something. It happens over and over again. Children don't know how they're leaving on the first day of school. So right now, these Tuesday tips that I'm giving y'all today, y'all make sure y'all take notes. Y'all, let me tell you. So we did tip number one, get a bedtime schedule, friends. It's important that we have a bedtime schedule. Tip number two, make sure that there is a phone number listed for you. Make sure that the kids have something where they know their phone number. Now, we're going to talk about stranger danger. Oh, that's tip number five, because in the event that a child get lost, oh, we got to talk about that plan of action too. But let me finish going over the tips. Tip number three, label everything. All those cute, classic, fancy-based outfits and everything, make sure that you label everything. Tip number four, how will your child go home? Now, let's talk about it. Let's talk about in the event you didn't tell your child how they were supposed to go home. Now, they assumed that they were supposed to take the school bus home because that's what they did last year. Oops, did I say that? They took a school bus last year and they had that bus number memorized down to the ground. So they ready to go. They thinking they going on the school bus, but plans have changed. You know the plans have changed, but the kids don't know that the plan has changed. They hop on the bus. That bus is running a different route. They don't even go anywhere where you live. They just decide. They decide, friends, that they just gonna get off because they see everybody else. So a large group gets off at the final stop. So they get off with the kids on the final stop. Uh-oh, we got us a problem. We got kids off the bus. They just left with a large group. Tip number five. In the event that you have a child riding a school bus, what is your school bus plan? Y'all see this right here? Tip number five, school bus plan. If in the event a child is riding a school bus, and yes, they might have been on that bus last year, but things change. They could change numbers. They could change drivers. If you have a child on the school bus, what is your plan of action? How do you prepare them so that they know what bus stop to get off at? This is a really big deal. And let's talk about stranger danger. We talk about, don't talk to strangers, run. But what is your plan? What is your plan? They don't hop on the bus. They just assume they got on the bus from what they did last year. But the bus driver, the route has changed. That bus is not going to where it went last year, friends. So what are we gonna do? Hey, now we got to come up with something. Then everybody fussing and yelling at the school. But we can listen. The school can be great with the support of home. Home life, we got to come together too. The school can be great with the support and backing of the parents with getting the front loading done. Let's have a plan of action. If they're supposed to ride a school bus, find out what bus they are supposed to ride. Because 9 times out of 10, when the school supply list come home, they usually have a bus route too. Or if it's going to be a meet and greet or an open house, they're going to have that bus. They're going to have bus runs. So It's so important to go to these open houses. It's so important to know what bus they are supposed to be on, so you've got a system. What is the school bus plan? If you have children that have never ridden a bus, I don't think it's a good idea on the first day. Don't put them babies on the bus. If you, I'm sorry, friends. Everybody calling my phone right now. I'm gonna. I already hit 30 minutes. Everybody, my phone is a hotline bling, but I had to cover all 5 steps, friends. This is all my time. We have hit 30 minutes, and I hope y'all enjoyed this Tuesday tips. Now, if y'all have enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and don't forget to hit that like button. I appreciate y'all, and I'll be back next week with more tips. Have a great day. Now, don't forget to buy a Sharpie. All right, now, I'll talk to you all later. Bye.